Hi, this is Apple Watch Dave, and welcome to today's video, a day in the life of low power mode on the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Now, Apple claims that the low power mode will give you 72 hours of battery usage, okay? And I'm going to talk you through my experience of it for the day. I charged this up about 22 hours ago. 22 hours ago, I charged it up, okay? So we're not at a full day. We'll say over 20 hours of usage, okay? So at the end, we'll look at what the battery is. But what's been my experience of using low power mode? Well, the first thing is this. No always on display, okay? So that's the first thing and the most obvious thing you notice if you're going for low power mode. You can see I've got a little yellow circle at the top there, which indicates low power mode. So obviously, you know the screen's gonna go off. It will in a minute while I keep talking, and you're gonna have to raise your wrist to bring it back to life. Secondly, the other thing I've noticed that didn't really work, which impacted me a little bit, was the kind of gestures. So I quite often double tap my fingers like that, and that will bring up the think menus from the bottom, and I can look through and see what's what. Also, hey Siri, hey Siri, hey Siri. So doesn't work, okay? And those are the two main things that I've noticed, apart from the always on display, which is pretty obvious, okay? Hey Siri doesn't work, so I come out of the gym, I want you to send a message to home to say I'm on my way home, see you soon, which I normally would just go, hey Siri, send whoever a message. I've just left the gym, see you in 10. Couldn't do that, okay, when I was in the car, all right? So I just didn't send the message because I was already driving, so they just had to wait and see, old school when I rocked up, okay? And obviously the tapping feature there doesn't work. You've also got a situation where you lose the screen. Now, some of the apps have been a little bit slower to update. So I use Pedometer Plus Plus to measure my steps. You could see it jump there, actually. And in terms of updating on the screen, I noticed that's a little bit slower as well. But everything else has worked well. Had a great effort today. I'll talk about that in a second. On Gentler Streak, got the action button, which is connected to Carrot Weather, which is a bit funky, and I'm quite proud of my ability to turn that into something that actually worked, although it doesn't appear to be working now, but it was working earlier anyway. Probably, there we go. Probably because I'm on the phone as well, and it's connected to that. It's not on cellular. So yeah, that's the situation where we have it. I use this watch face through the day. I could have used a more power efficient watch face, but I wanted to make it a real life day in the life of. And then let's get into the activity rings. You can see they're all whirling around there for days. I've had quite a busy day of activity here, okay? I put 1,400 calories, which is pretty impressive, and nearly 2 hours of exercise, which is nearly 400% the goal, okay? So I've not hidden away today. I've used the watch as I would normally have done. And you can see what we've got in here then. So 11,000 steps. What was it? 3 flights of stairs. So there's not been a lot of hills involved today. There you go. So I've had another workout. Got a bit of strength training at the gym. I started with an indoor cycle at the gym. There you go, up 273 calories, half an hour on the bike just to get loose. There you go. And then I did a little bit of traditional strength training as well after that. I've also been involved in a little bit of outdoor football, just a quick kick about earlier. And I also played badminton as well. So it's been quite a varied day of sports, another workout there as well. So you can see what I've done there, 5 workouts during the day. Also, I last night did sleep track. Okay, so got my sleep score there, that pops up 92, which is pretty good. And you can see the information there from my sleep score. So that was also used in the night. I found the watch to not quite be as responsive, but still pretty good, to be honest, okay? As I say, so mainly always on mode, the gesture's not working, and Hey Siri not working, okay? But apart from that, it's been pretty good. So let's have a look then. What's the damage, as they say? So let's go down to the battery app, just build the tension doing it this way around, and you can see it's at 78%. Now, I've had nearly, what would you say, 20 hours? Yeah, nearly 20 hours of usage, not quite 20 hours of usage, and we're at 78%. And that involves 5 different workouts that I've done during the day. So I feel like this has been a genuine day of action for me. So you're looking at just over 1% an hour as an average, aren't you? Okay, that's what you're looking at in low power mode. So in that sense, you're probably looking at, I think this could probably get at least 85 hours. Okay, that's what I'm predicting at the moment. But in a typical day, I've used 22% sleep tracking and then using it all through the day and kind of doing 5 different workouts. Let me know in the comments. Are you impressed with that? Is that a good effort? Does it mean you'd be happy to go away for a few days and leave your charger at home? How do you feel about low power mode? I've got to say, yes, it's taken some of the features off, but I've been pretty impressed on a heavy day of usage with what I've got. And the fact that I've only used 22% in like nearly 20 hours is pretty impressive to me. Let me know in the comments, what do you think for the day in the life of low power mode?